both outspoken, both strong-willed, and now travelling America together in a car. Prepare for fireworks and some strong language now on BBC One. Should be an interesting 2 weeks.
Anyone been on a road trip with their mother?
My brother chew glass.
Anne Robinson, Queen of Mean who only flies first class. And my problematic mother. Our history, an ugly custody battle, and I live with Dad. Adding insult to injury, I moved to New York where I host a radio show. So Mum wants to join me for 2 weeks on the open road. But it'll be my America, the South. Payback time for childhood visits around Blenheim Palace. This time, I'm behind the wheel.
Suggestions, locations to the Okefenokee Swamp. There's alligators everywhere.
I want to see alligators.
Our relationship feeds off transatlantic phone calls and short visits. Emphasis on the short. I love her, but she's infuriating. 2 weeks. Am I mad?
I don't see Annie going down in her little Miu Miu shoes.
Unless I tell her there's a Prada outlet.
And if I was to have a mission statement, it would be honest. To take a road trip and not kill each other.
Pinehurst Spa, North Carolina. Emma is about to arrive from New York. I'm always trying to make up for lost time. It goes back to when she was tiny and a court took her away, declaring me to be the lesser parent, a shocking judgment for any mother, and one that's dogged me for more than 30 years. Every other weekend is no substitute for the real thing. I want to take home precious memories, perhaps to show my grandchildren, but of course if I say that to Emma, the trip will never get off the ground.
Sally, it's fantastic to see you.
Wow.
Look at her. It's an Eldorado in 1976.
So long. Oh, plenty of room for my suitcase. You travel light.
What's this one?
That's my makeup. Now, Emma, do all the fiddling before we start.
No fiddling then.
No fiddling.
Bye-bye luxury.
Bye-bye, luxury. We're going to the south, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're going south. Actually, we're in a Doris Day film.
So we're in North Carolina. We're going to cross over into South Carolina. Find out where Highway 2 is.
It could be that way. You can't blame this on me.
Okay, so I'm going to take one, right?
And just let me make sure that you're going in the right one direction. South. Yeah, that way.
Yeah!
Why have you gone into the right-hand lane?
Because I want to get closer to the train. It's cool.
No, of course we're not turning right now. I hate this. I hate this.
And the beauty of a road trip is if there are things you don't like, you can just move on to the next. So this evening will be sunset on the water.
I wonder why you like shacky kind of clinker-built hotels.
It's not a shack.
No, but shack like as opposed to a Ritz-Carlton.
Because I find Ritz-Carlton poncy.
Yeah.
No surprise, I can see Emma's going to be awkward, tricky. She intends to test my tolerance, my mettle. I fear cheap motels and grotty diners.
I admit it, I'm an unforgiving daughter. I can't get over the amount of pampering she seems to require. We've only been on the road for a day and she's already forming her own complaints department. My driving, the hotel, losing at tennis.
And I should have remembered her driving reduces me to a state of permanent tension. It's a mother thing.
Right.
What have you got in all of the bags?
Well, very organised. Always comes with me. Suntan cream. You don't have it.
Didn't you put any on?
No.
What have you been doing the last 2 hours?
Well, I wanted to...
I don't believe you. You've spent the last 2 hours without any suntan lotion on. Put your belt on.
Mind, Emma. Oh, please, darling, don't
I'm not doing
drive
anything.
and with your head behind. It's just so distressing for me. You cannot drive looking the other way.
Check the oil.
Not got into the engine before.
Emma, find a man.
Can't believe you just said that.
You usually find something, darling. Just run your fingers along.
All right, go on. Yes!
All those university fees weren't wasted. Can you fiddle with the bag before we leave, darling? As opposed to when you're driving, because it'll make me nervous.
Sure. Will you try not to make a mess with those?
Yeah,
Please.
I will.
I predict I'm going to be picking those out of the seat.
We might well be. If that's the worst thing that happens to us.
I didn't get any drink. Do you have your water? Can this be rubbish now?
Shit. It's open.
Have you spilled it?
No, it can't be rubbish now, because you can either have
All right, don't.
asking me
don't-
not to make a mess with
Well,
the...
don't make a mess. That's the priority.
This
It's
is
why
tidy.
Dad always says you used to eat in bed and be like it disgusting because there were all crumbs in bed. Look, we'll go through Charleston, but let's try and get to Savannah by tonight. The president's going to be one of these running this way.
Okay.
We just...
Okay, please don't look at the map and drive, darling. I can't cope with that.
Mum's an addict, whether it's booze, food or shopping. She's compulsive and capable of doing things by halves. My sweets never stood a chance. She accuses me of monitoring her. Do I? I just like there to be a lemon drop when I want one. See, that just looks like Hampstead.
Yeah.
I like that pretty thing. Let me tell you something. My husband had an Eldorado. It was pink and white with the white top. And he went and bought him a pink and white suit to go with it. He dead now. But every time I see them Eldorados, I can put me in mind of my husband. Okay, nice talking to y'all.
Nice talking to you.
All right.
I'd expected it to be much, much hotter. I'll have to buy a whole new set of clothes.
We have completely different attitudes about money. In the last year, what's the most expensive item you've bought?
I bought a Muse house.
I didn't hear that.
Gosh, we need manicures, darling. As if I wash dishes for a living.
Oh, the irony. When was the last time you washed a dish? By the time we entered Georgia, mother-daughter relations could have done with a little help from the UN. These are yummy. What have you got there? Sure. Ready for him?
Shows everything covered.
Glad you're not a snob.
Are you going to chat to me nicely?
What would you like me to say?
Well, I think just something less sarky than if you want to be a snob. I mean, I think it's funny that we're here somewhere where you feel quite happy.
I do. And these are great, so...
Yeah. Yes, but just let's chat about it without you being stroppy.
Okay. I'll do whatever you want. I'll do whatever makes you happy. So coming to a skeezy diner and the fact that you're going to eat in a yogurt bar is fine. I'm one of the few people in Mum's life who dares to disagree with her. If she's overstepping the mark, I'll say so. Call it crap control.
Thank
I sometimes feel like I'm probably the most severe person on crap control with you.
Well, that's you, though, isn't it?
Thanks. Mrs. Angry.
Yeah,
No, I feel
you
like...
are angry. You are.
I feel if I'm being on crap control, sometimes you can give me the look of, how could you?
Well, because talking about it and saying get off the case, mind your own business, stop being so controlling, is only going to make it worse, and I can't be bothered. With you sometimes I feel it's not crap control but quality control, constant radaring.
Today's been a battle between mind and mouth. My lip wants to give it back, but I know better. I can be mean and horrible, but as soon as the words are out, I regret them. So instead, I lock my jaw and broil inside. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi. Annie Robinson. Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
All our house rules, no swinging from the chandeliers.
Oh, what a pity.
No bed hopping.
Oh, lovely. Great.
Savannah. By the time we arrived last night, I was exhausted and depressed. Emma seems constantly irritated and annoyed by me. So to find ourselves eavesdropping on a choir practice turned out to be heaven sent. It was spiritual, uplifting. Hearing the singing made me realise how unbelievably shallow I can be. Like worrying whether cheap laundrettes on the trip will ruin my Issey Miyake shirt. It sort of moved us up a gear. We forgot the bickering we'd done in the car.
Absolutely magical. It's worth all the journey, this.
We're heading now to southern Georgia, and I've relaxed. Thank goodness the trip has taken on a better rhythm. That's what I hoped. It means we can use our time together to talk about things that matter, stuff that has shaped both our lives.
One of the things about drink 30 years ago was that no one had the foggiest idea how to deal with it.
Was it keeping up with the boys? I mean, what?
Well, I suppose it was drinking at their rate. And women generally, I don't think, have the capacity to drink like that solidly. And if you stay in that environment for long enough, a woman would be hard put not to develop a dependency on alcohol. But I'm not quite sure why. I'm not sure if it's personalities or example. I really don't know. I do know that by the time I'd worked out I had to do something about it, which was a long time later, it somehow didn't matter why anymore. And once my marriage had started to look very impossible from both sides, but we were just young and inexperienced.
What year was it? Which year was the custody battle?
73. I mean, my regret was it wasn't judged on the real issues. And that what would happen now is if they'd said maybe she's got a drink problem, which was never said, she would be given a chance to have treatment, and we will look at this again in a year's time or 2 years' time. By the time we started a court battle fighting for custody, on the basis that I was an unfit parent. The whole court case centred on the idea that I was bolshy and difficult and rebellious and very, very ambitious. Surely to goodness somebody could have thought, is this actually a drink problem rather than someone determined to be horrible and bolshy?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you take your bolshiness to a professional level.
So when...
Now your bolshiness makes you money.
I know. There's got to be some... And the hardest part for me was after, I mean, the devastation of having failed at my marriage and now, as far as the world was concerned, failed at motherhood, because...
Yeah, well, the only person who really feels that is you. I mean, you know, you'll forever tell me that when I say I had a great childhood is that I didn't, I just don't realise it yet.
Well, I suppose you weren't sitting where I was sitting, which was only seeing you every other weekend and half the holidays and...
See, my memories are... I don't have... you obviously did a really good job because I don't have a missing mother complex.
No, that's wonderful.
Well, what finally made you stop?
Well, the shame, really. The terrible, terrible shame. I remember you were in the car with me and I went to get another bottle of vodka and there were tears running down your eyes. And I had that quarter bottle of vodka and I couldn't think of anything bad that had happened to me that wasn't as a direct result of my drinking. And for the first time, logic somehow seeped through. Thank goodness from that day to this, I've never had another drink, which is more than 25 years ago.
I remembered the drinking. I remember her walking through a glass kitchen door. I remember visiting her in hospital. Should the court have given her custody when she was unable to look after herself? Seems to be cathartic for Mum to look back. For me, it's just painful. I wish I could make it all go away for her, but just my existence is the cause.
Stay in this sun.
Well, now listen, people, let me tell you something new. I sing a song called the Crudo Blues. We're low on heat and on, we're low on gas.
Can you put a girl on the back?
Yeah.
I have one at home that nobody knows. My mother would die. She'd be so worried.
So getting cold to the bottom of my shoe. Well, my hands are shaking and my knees are weak, but it ain't because of love, it's from the lack of heat. I got the Crudo Blues.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Very welcome. David.
Emmy, the sun is killing me. It's a shame. Yes, but it's a shame there is no sun. No, I know.
Oh, yeah, you got the convertible style.
It's an Eldorado.
That's bad.
What do you mean it's bad? It's beautiful.
Bad. No,
bad. Bad in a good way. Bad in a good way. Oh, nice meeting you.
Am I on your way?
We got the Crudo Blues. Don't forget to bring in the brass monkey. And remember what Albert Einstein said, that cooling is conducive.
Where are we off to now?
Only somewhere that you're going to get grumpy about. It's where you would find the source of a handbag.
Oh, it's swamps and crocodiles and alligators. I do think, Emma, once you've seen one swamp, you've seen them all. It's just muddy green water that doesn't move.
What was the last swamp you were at?
I don't think I've ever seen a swamp.
What does Okefenokee mean?
Well, that's an old Indian word for the land of the trembling earth. This is the largest inland freshwater swamp in North America. It's about 700 square miles. I was taught at an early age to respect this old swamp. It'll be your best friend or your worst nightmare.
How many alligators do you reckon are in the Okefenokee?
About 20 to 25,000.
What's the biggest?
We got plenty of 12, 14 footers.
come out, wherever you are.
How long can they stay under the water?
15, 20 minutes or so.
So they could be underneath us now.
They can be any and everywhere. You can be right up on them before you know it if you don't look close.
Faster, Emma.
You're right there, Madame.
I am.
Queen of Sheba.
See there on the left? Can y'all see his eyes sticking up out there?
Oh, yes.
Look how he blends in. You can see him when he moves a little better.
I love the way you spot them, Joey, because they're invisible until you tell us they're there.
Folkestone, South Georgia. I couldn't have predicted the bad neck. Apparently, it's very sore. I do know her whining is very real. Today's top priority is pain management.
We're coming to no end at all on the chiropractor, but I did contact the local massage therapist.
Would you tell me which way I'd find a pharmacy?
The nearest pharmacy is across the track. It's on the left, Folkestone Pharmacy right there.
When we go back and have the massage.
Okay.
And then you can see the chiropractor in the afternoon. Pretty impressive graffiti.
Some of that painting is real artwork.
That's the longest train I've ever seen. How many bits to it? Carriages, do you call them?
That probably had probably 120 cars.
As many as that. How long each day do you sit here?
Sometimes we come and stay all day, stay at night.
It's a good way for wives to get you from under their feet, isn't
That's
it?
correct.
Is she a train widow?
Ma'am?
Is she a train widow?
Who'd she say she was?
I'm not going to call you the weakest link.
You are, okay.
I will be jumped up. This is great. I declare. If I'd have known who I was dealing with, I'd have got up at midnight to get ready. I just got to do this.
Ow!
Folkestone Pharmacy.
Are we throwing a right? I feel like a robot.
I'm feeling pretty much of a knot right here. I'm trying not to turn your head too much, sweetie. I'm sorry.
A head massage is better than sex.
Well, you know, that's what I try to tell my husband.
In the front seat of the caddy, it's sometimes hard to interrupt. The conversations in the car have become a tad one-sided, and they start with, I often say to people...
I've just been reading about Truman Capote, who says that some people have always known what they wanted to do.
It's like being on the road with the Queen. I should raise my hand for permission to talk.
Well, you've always known what you wanted to do. You were practicing your signature at the age of 1.
Yeah, I always fancied fame.
Was it all it was cracked up to be?
Yes, actually.
What's the good and the bad?
Well, there's very little bad. For a start, people treat you very nicely.
Do you ever consider that you now get yourself surrounded by lots of yes people?
I think it's inevitable as you go up any ladder. The point is, if people are saying yes to you, you don't analyse it very much. It's when people keep refusing you, you really worry about it.
Well, when did people refuse you?
I don't think they do very often. But if they do, it comes as a big surprise. Where are we off to now?
We're heading north. Let's find us a rodeo. You know that I'm a secret buckle bunny. What's that? A girlie who likes cowboys. I'm gonna see me a real cowboy. Do you want a picture with Hammerhead? What is he? Brahma? Brahma. Where's that from?
Oh, it's a real one. I thought it was cardboard. I thought it was a cardboard.
It's a probable.
That's a little small, hun, but I got them to
Oh,
fit
is
you.
it? Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, that's a 5-inch.
Oh, that's wonderful on you.
Yeah.
You look so pretty in that.
Is this like the one you have on?
Yes, ma'am. That's the #1 selling hat in the nation.
It smells good, Ems. Don't you think?
Well, you know, you're in the South. It smells like a rodeo.
We don't worry about the bull.
It doesn't really hurt him. It hurts their pride. Like, when I get run over, it hurts my pride. But next time he goes out there and spins or he goes out there and bucks, he'll remember what them boots are for sure.
How old are you?
That's the question I have for you.
I'm 60 coming up.
How old do you think I am?
I don't know, I can't tell. You're young and handsome. I don't know how old you are.
Our goal was to bring 5 people to church tomorrow.
Really?
Well, it'd be great if y'all could come down there tomorrow, for sure.
You're all churchgoers, are you?
Yeah, I believe in God. Riding bulls has kind of put a damper on it because you can't be in church every Sunday.
You already knew before I did.
I'm slightly ill at ease with this church going. I'm just a bit wary of people collecting you to get you to church, right next to a bull that's about to go out and back a cowboy. Would you fancy living somewhere like this?
I can see the attraction of it.
Oh, Emma, in the list of unsuitable men you've been out with, we haven't had a spotty right-wing cowboy.
They were good-looking lads.
Excuse me. Gosh, Emma, it's late.
My quest is that we do a bit of driving tonight in order to, you know, make a move on. Otherwise, we're never going to get out of Georgia.
Okay. Bloody cold. I love these sweets.
You're going to eat all my Altoids, aren't you? Will you just check where we're heading? We can get as far as McRae.
We can stop.
Now, if you had a magic wand, where is it you'd like to stay tonight?
Probably in a Ritz-Carlton or the Beverly Hills.
At this rate, we're going to be knocking on someone's door. I feel like we've got a ghost town. No people. What do you think? Are you feeling lucky?
You choose.
You feeling disabled yet?
Not yet. I might be after tonight. In the morning, it might be a legitimate parking space, the disabled. Oh, look, there's a little palm tree. Hello? Are you following us? I thought you were coming to give us a ticket.
I told her what it was. Y'all been seeing U's all of your life, so you made U-turns in the road.
It's her. I wasn't driving, it's her.
Did I do anything wrong?
Yes, you were doing U-turns.
That's fine, because y'all U's have been in your life all your life.
Oh, yeah.
So,
so don't do U-turns?
No.
I'm so sorry, officer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Oops. That's how I got my last ticket.
You see, I could have been in jail tonight, and that might have been better than this motel. Have you got 2 rooms?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Great.
ma'am.
Good.
Can you put up this with me?
I would have loved it if I got a ticket.
Oh, I've seen worse. I've seen far worse.
Can I get another one?
Get another.
Can we just get 1 room?
No, she handed you a. Didn't you pick it up?
No, you have the keys.
No, I picked up one and she
Oh, it's all right for you. Let me carry the bags.
I've got covers on there. get out of jail unless you take back the television remote control.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get.
How do you think our relationship as a mother and daughter compares with friends of yours?
I think it's in your favour that I find you interesting.
Yes, that's good.
For the moment. So listen, I don't know where this temperature gaugey thing is. I'm standing in front of the Cadillac. Yeah, the radiator's right in front of me. Okay, and this is the engine coolant in the overflowy thing. My phone just went dead.
Yeah.
He said to disconnect the like a temperature gauge thingy. Really turn hard, there's no power steering. This is why we have new cars at home. And use your brake. Right. Hi. I've had a little problem, she's overheated. Do you know anything about Cadillacs?
I don't. I ain't much of a mechanic at all.
Really? All right, thanks.
That's the first non-cooperative southerner we've met.
I knew if I wore white, we'd break down today. So is it making that noise? And now do you see a red light? Take your sunglasses off.
Why? In my experience, a lot of lights come on when you switch on the ignition anyway.
Sure. So turn it. Leave her in neutral. Leave her in neutral.
She's not in neutral yet.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I've been driving for 40 years. No, there's no lights on. I suggest we take it really, really gently.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
God, I feel we've had more dramas today than we've had all week.
Well, there's no escaping having a vintage car is all about having your head under the bonnet half the time.
What's your draw to Atlanta?
It's a big mecca. CNN is there, Coca-Cola is there, Elton John is there. I'm particularly nosy about why he should choose to live inland in an apartment block in Georgia.
We can't go to every city, and I'm sort of trying to get us to Nashville. I'm not impressed by Elton John's condo for us to take a detour to Atlanta. That wasn't what our road trip was about. You know, I don't see it.
Road trips about standing in the heat with overheating engines.
We get to the edge of Atlanta and she dies again. Now my patience really is tested to its limits.
I put water in it, but I could really do with a professional opinion. We got a real mechanic.
Do you know all about these cars?
A little bit. How far are you going?
Well, we're trying to get up to Nashville.
Nashville, okay. Yeah, I will.
We have run out of petrol. I wouldn't mind, but every time I've suggested Emma checks the tank, she's snapped.
And I can't wait to get on the road again. And I can't wait to get on the road again.
Another road trip, we'll go to Atlanta.
I feel I've slept in more beds than a hooker in the last week. So, I'm going to be officer in charge of petrol gauge today. What have we got at the moment?
Half a tank.
Half a tank. I can forgive the car breaking down, but not the running out of petrol.
Silence works wonders on her. She can't stand it. But if I'm honest, I hate it when she's right. I regress to a petulant 6-year-old. Luckily, she gets bored of being annoyed at me.
One of the very earliest photographs of your father grown up was when he'd been in America driving a Cadillac, standing at the side of it. He was probably in his early 20s. Oh, I'm glad you found that interesting, Emma.
What are we doing here?
Well, welcome to Gaylord Opryland. Here's your key and your map. This looks like an airport. We are right here. So you're going to go across this bridge right here in the middle.
We need a compass. This thing's like an airport.
It's bad enough navigating in the car without having to come to the hotel and still be the navigator.
In the garden conservatory.
Well, that's where our room is.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
Well, look, C is your area. G.
Fuck off, Emma. Piss off. Are we going towards our room?
Well, if I said yes.
Because I've got the bag with me.
I feel like we're in Man from Atlantis.
You're not one of life's air hostesses.
What?
I said you're not one of life's air hostesses.
Why?
I mean, we are now at an elevator. I'm not doing any more escalators.
Where did I say I was going to take you on an escalator?
We've just been on 2 escalators.
And that's my fault?
I followed you. We're on the right road.
Yeah. Take the path in the centre of the Cascades atrium, over the water. Turn left as you pass the terrace lounge. Take elevator C2.
There's an elevator. Here. So it's that way. We haven't got to it yet. Trust me, I'm a mother. It's like being at Kew Gardens. It certainly doesn't matter if it rains here.
6th floor.
I can't believe this. If I'd wanted a walking holiday, I would have booked one. This is meant to be a road trip. Oh, there's a lot of shaking back in this lift. This is sort of a new version of I'm a Celebrity, get me out of. Vasco da Gama's leading us. What number, darling?
2 and 8.
6028.
No, 6002. So this is...
Okay.
The other end?
I don't know, I'm going to check.
Where are you going?
I just want to check we shouldn't be going the other way.
But they're going down in numbers.
No, that's okay. We once went to Hampton Court, May, and they had to come and rescue us. I feel the same here. Oh, gee, does that look
that's
good?
Me. Yes, that's me.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Thank goodness for that. More shaken back. More horrible air freshener. Staying here was meant to be the big treat, part of the experience of coming to Nashville. Actually, it's like being trapped
Another location,
in an overheated
another ailment. Only my mother could get deli belly in America. Mummy. Poor Mummy's sick.
What?
I said, I'm sorry that you're sick.
I don't know how you can get a stomachache from eating almost nothing except chips.
To Nashville! Yay!
Mind me.
All right, which way? We want 2nd Avenue.
2nd Avenue, right here, right here, right here. See, I know Nashville like the back of my hand. It's nothing like I expected.
What did you have in your mind?
Well, I know this
in the
sounds...
fantasy of Annie Robinson's head, what the hell did you think?
Well, I thought there'd be fields and people with guitars playing.
Got a pretty woman down in Tennessee, and she's moving me on. She's rolling me on. Oh, to shovel that coal in this rattle roll. I'm moving on.
I wonder what the biggest industry is here.
Banking.
How do you know that? You read some secret
guidebook. How do you some knowledge?
I'm nearly 60. You just gather things as you go.
I wonder how much is true you just make up.
However, I can get something with tassels on it. Hi there. Can we have a look round?
Go ahead, look around.
These are the sort of things you buy on holiday that look wonderful until you get home.
I feel that way about the things you buy me for Christmas. I've always wanted a John Wayne hat.
I'm not sure if you go down in Cirencester that. Do I need a Confederate jacket?
What do you think?
It's wonderful.
Sell it apart.
It's too big.
How much are these?
For $199.99.
Okay.
It takes you 3 weeks to buy a cauliflower. There's no way you're coming away with food.
It takes her 3 weeks to do what?
To buy some greens at the grocery store.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
I'm particular.
How do your sizes go here?
Well, those are discontinuing. They're only going to be in those 2 sizes. That's 6 and 10, that's it.
What's that one up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that. Anything else looking like this?
Yeah.
Is it your shop?
No, ma'am. I'm not the owner. I'm going to have to call across the street and see if we got a bigger one.
Well, if you call across the street, can you see if they've got a brown one?
They're more discontinued boots.
Oh, why do I like everything you've discontinued?
It's not me, ma'am. It's the owner. I don't have nothing to do with it.
He's got no taste, the owner, then. I think your boss should be discontinued.
I'm not saying that with that camera sitting right there.
How's it been for you so far?
The jury's still out.
I think that you and I scratch for the first 4 or 5 days. I think you've been living on your own for a long time, and I've been living in luxury for a long time.
And I get pissed off when you snap at me.
Emma, you snap all the time. Do you know what? You are annoyed with me for doing all the things you do. You interrupt me, you snap, you boss, you control, you lose your temper.
But I didn't eat all the jelly beans.
Okay, even Stevens, you ran out of petrol and took several pictures with the camera.
Your camera? You're the one who said it had film in it.
I never said
How
it
was
had
I meant
film
to know
in
it didn't have film in
Emma,
it?
you've been 4 years at film school. If you can't see whether a camera's got film in it, I don't know what we wasted our money on.
It's your digital camera.
You can't blame it who it belongs to. You can't say, I know I shot someone with that gun, but it didn't belong to me, the gun. What I was going on to say was, what evens it out is that I bought some no-fat jelly beans and forgot that it said these also acts as a laxative.
I don't think you forgot. I think you read it and you thought, and you can't help yourself. It is impossible for you to have 1 or 2 sweets. So I've got this can hidden over here, so they'll still be with me at the end of the journey.
It would be so wonderful if I was as perfect as you. Listen to yourself.
Is that me? you come round for me? What did I do?
The reason I pulled you over, clocked you at 61 and a 45.
Oh.
Can I see your driver's license?
Yes, you can.
How you doing?
Hi, okay. What's your name?
My name is Mike.
Okay, Mike. This is my daughter.
Vehicle registration.
That's all I need.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you see the sign? What did you say it was? 45?
45.
Well, we've done quite well to have a week. Jesus!
Should get him instead. I don't do wheelie.
Emma, no,
I wasn't
Emmy,
exactly
Emmy,
dangerous.
Emmy, do not argue with these guys.
Did you see me argue? He was in his car. He couldn't hear me. Mr. I ate all the pies. It was 6 miles over.
No, you weren't. 61, darling. 45. 16 miles.
Okay, 16 miles over. Well, that's still not excessive. Go on, don't give me a ticket.
Where was it? Along there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I shall say I wanted to go to the bus.
Right, yeah. Oh, don't write. He's writing.
Alan Clark used to say there were 3 things in life you could do nothing about.
Yeah.
Getting AIDS, a parking ticket, or running out of Chateau Latour 1963.
Well, this isn't a parking offence. This is a speeding offence.
Okay, well, same difference. It totally depends on your charm with him.
Come on, pie boy. Give it to me. Can I apologise? You're still going to write me a ticket, aren't you?
Yeah.
What's it going to cost us?
$100 ticket.
Hey, how many have you given out
This
today?
first one today.
Oh,
I'm
Mike.
your first?
Yeah.
Mike, I feel so special. Thank you. It's the red hair, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was nice to be your first.
Oh, my phone's ringing. I need to turn the phone off.
I will. Chrissy Johnson! Smoky Mountains. And I haven't killed my mother yet. And I've only had
she'll
one.
kill you if you don't get off the cell phone.
I have to get off the cell phone. And I've only had one speeding ticket.
Off the cell phone.
All right, I'm going to call you back. Lots of love. They're taking it in turns to call to check whether or not I've killed you.
Well, no one's rung me to see if I've killed you. In one of those motels late at night with an axe. This is called shooting myself in the foot. I've complained so much she's got me a sweet and truly the most disgusting place we've stayed in yet. Because at the desk they said, oh yes, it's a suite with a jacuzzi. So we have a plastic jacuzzi. And the sheets seem so horrible. I've used my silk sheets. I've snuggled up in them. I knew they'd come in handy. I think this might be the honeymoon suite because it's got a truly horrible fire here, which I've lit. I daren't walk on the carpet without my shoes. And I can feel bites all over me, even if they're only imaginary bugs. And I've thrown the bed cover over there because I'm sure people have used it. And it's just so horrible. I wish I'd slept in the car.
I realise Emma and I have been living in dangerously corrupting conditions. We've bickered, we've sulked, we've yelled, we've hurled insults, we've hugged and made up, we've laughed at our silliness. We're both experts at being easily offended by the opinions of the other.
You know, I say you haven't grown up till your parents stop embarrassing you.
I don't know how many miles were on the clock before it occurred to me I'm sitting next to someone who asked you those questions you dread in university interviews.
What embarrasses you about me?
I suppose it takes me 2 years to bring a boyfriend home because you always go, isn't Emma beautiful? What's he meant to say to that? Actually, I'm just dating her because she's a good lay.
Why'd you get upset at being described as tricky?
Because it's a put down. It's so disloyal. That's what I don't like about it. And it's never a description. I'm finishing. It's never a description of affection or something positive.
I don't think
it's a disappointment that you would call me tricky.
Tricky means you're edgy. I wouldn't like somebody who...
No, you change the meaning when you want me to be to appease me of what you mean by
I don't
tricky.
want to appease you at all. I'm just telling you what I see as tricky. You are tricky. You're moody.
Whatever you say. You got more mosquito bites? Or are you just scratching?
Just scratching.
Having a pick. I quite like the mosquito bites because it stops you picking on me. It's got a buck in it. Oh yeah. I haven't fallen off yet. Oh yeah. Come on. 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 Do you want to go whitewater rafting?
No.
Kayaking?
No.
Do you want to go skydiving?
I'd rather put rusty nails in my eyeballs.
Would you rather pee in a smelly, dirty loo or in a field of nettles?
In a field of nettles.
Have you ever been camping?
No.
So what's the most of roughing it you've ever done?
This journey? Emmy, stop it.
Every time you upset me, I'm just going to go.
Stop it, Emma! You're just doing that on
Don't
purpose.
overreact. Just a little bit. I'll just teach you a lesson.
Oh, Emma.
Sorry.
No, you did that on purpose.
Slightly. Wait till you see what we've got next. Save the best till last.
Let's have a look. Is that the heating?
Oh, yes. Well, they said rustic. Oh, it's quaint.
I don't think you can get any more basic. There's a mouse trap there. This is basic rustic.
Yeah, but it's not camping. It's not like you've got a twig up your butt.
Oh, they've got Georgian windows here. I think we should light a fire. Everything always seems better when it's warm.
I got the kettle.
At the Beverly Hills Hotel, you just do that and the log fire comes on.
There should be some instructions.
Put some logs in there.
Oh, you suddenly a fire lighting it?
Yeah, I can light a fire, so just... Emmy, just hang on a second, let me do it together. This was Grandad's great skill lighting a fire. You have to put lots of air in.
Yeah, well, if Grandad taught you to do this, he didn't do a very good job.
Well, I think one of the problems was putting that great thing of newspaper in.
Let's just...
No, honestly, darling.
I'm trying to get the paper out so I can light it. It's what they used to do before telly.
I can see a glow there, which is hopeful. So you know how you're always complaining that I buy two of everything?
Yes.
Much glad I got two of these cashmere caftans.
Yes, I am very happy.
Do you want a ring room service, Emma? I'll have a double espresso and a carrot cake and a bacon sandwich. Here's some crackling, which is good. I've got much more used to the open road.
Yes. At the beginning, on the first couple of days, it was always
yeah.
Mind. And the last 100 miles have been on some really windy roads, and I've been doing a decent speed, and you've been fine. You haven't said anything.
No. Well, you're behaving better.
I try very hard to behave.
And me too, Emma.
No, you don't. You do things to wind me up.
Like what?
Like when you stand there and go, I need my bag, and you make no attempt to get it yourself.
I've tried very hard not to do that.
Don't go wandering off down little paths because, you know, the bears are...
Are these brown bears?
Well, I wouldn't stick around to find out. Hello, I'm Anne Robinson. Hello, are you a brown or are you a black bear?
Hello. I think I've done enough of seeing the lovely trees in the fall in America. I think I need to see Manhattan. How many corners do we have to turn?
I'm going back
I thought I'd book my plane back by Atlanta.
Because?
Because the first couple of days were so dodgy. I thought I wouldn't survive.
Are you making this up?
No.
We made it.
We did it.
We made it. So I'm going to take you through Times Square.
Is there anything that you learned about your mother that you didn't know before?
What have we learnt? There's a reason why people leave home? Certainly time spent with my mother is never dull. But for me, this road trip will always be known as driving Miss Crazy.
What's this journey revealed? I adore her company, and however maddening she is, her honesty, her humour go on impressing and amazing me.
I wondered whether we would kill each other, and there were a few dicey moments, but I would do it again.
And when I look back at the seeming loss of years ago, I know that whatever unhappiness I went through was worth it for what we have now and who we've turned out to be to each other.
I've never put our relationship under such scrutiny. It's horrifying how similar we are. But as mother and daughters go, we're not doing too badly. I love her, at a distance. Preferably 3,000 miles.
Monday Proof Yourself with 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps right now on BBC Three.
All I wanna do is sit home and play my little guitar and sing songs about all the places that I've seen. Your country loving and your country cooking done broke my mind and set me free. You took away all my urge to roam. All I wanna do is just hang around.